Mark Rogers TV spitting out some power rankings across college football, going through all the Power 5 conferences now that most of the non-conference play is complete. So it's a good breaking point to go from the non-conference slate to the conference slate. And again, there's a couple scattered games out there like USC and Stanford taking on Notre Dame, but otherwise the non-conference games are finished, about 95% of them. Let's look at the Big 12. These are the power rankings. This isn't necessarily my ranking of the teams that I believe are best 1 through 10. These are power rankings based on results through the first 4 weeks of college football play. I'm not projecting how the standings are going to finish at the end of the year. I've already done that and predicted Oklahoma at the beginning of the season to win the Big 12. But these are results coming in through 3 to 4 games for the Big 12. And so these are the teams that have played the best. So who did you beat? Who did you lose to? And did you compete in those losses? All right, so at number 10, we've got poor Kansas. Now, my kudos go out to the Jayhawks for playing some decent teams. Decent teams. They played Memphis. They played Rutgers on the road. So at least they're going out there, unlike Oklahoma State and Baylor, and playing somebody. But Kansas is 0-3. And they are at number 10. Iowa State got a win, therefore they jump up to number 9. They also have a decent loss in taking Iowa, an undefeated Big Ten team at 4-0, to the wire in Ames. Texas is not winning football games. They've got one win against Rice, but they're playing the best competition of anybody in the conference, having lost, of course, the debacle against Oklahoma State on the punter mishap. They got the debacle against Cal with the missed extra point in a 45-44 game, and then they got blown out by Notre Dame. So they've played 3 very quality opponents, but Texas is at number 8 because they have not won the games. All right, at number 7, you've got Texas Tech. The Red Raiders have been impressive, actually. Could have beaten TCU, had that game, let it slip away with a final drive by the Horned Frogs. Of course, they've got the 35-24 win over the Arkansas Razorbacks out of the SEC, which does not look like an impressive win, but Arkansas is still a quality team. Texas Tech at number 6. Okay, so now we've got a bunch of undefeated teams to deal with that haven't played anyone. So we're going to rank them based on dominance against the schedule. Okay, at 5, Kansas State. At 4, Baylor. Finally playing somebody in Texas Tech this week. At number 4, we've got West Virginia. Played Maryland, a Power 5 team, blew them out. The Terps are horrible, but the Mountaineers looked mighty impressive at 45-6. Okay, at number 3, we've got Oklahoma State coming off a win against Texas, a Longhorns team that's gathering up more respect than they did a few weeks ago after the loss to Notre Dame. Certainly the Horns playing better against decent teams in Cal and Oklahoma State. So we've got the Cowboys at number 3. And then I'm going to distinguish Oklahoma and TCU this way. Oklahoma played probably the better of the 3 teams non-conference in going to Tennessee and winning in overtime. But they pulled that one out. So Oklahoma played the one quality opponent. TCU got by the skin of their teeth against Texas Tech in Lubbock. And they also had a fairly unimpressive win at Minnesota. But those are 2 quality wins for TCU, Minnesota and Texas Tech, both games on the road as well. So for right now, we've got Oklahoma at number 2. We've got TCU at number 1. And there are very few quality games to look at non-conference for the Big 12. Finally, diving into conference play, and the Big 12 will, of course, match up a number of quality teams against one another. Those are my Big 12 power rankings through non-conference play right here on Mark Rogers TV.